Hello everyone, this is Nats741, and today we're going to be looking at using the BF109k4 as a ground attacker. Now, the 109k4 is an excellent air-to-air platform, one of the fastest aircraft in the game, with a 30mm cannon and a 50 caliber machine gun. It does pack quite a bit of a punch, but is it good for ground attack? Well, to compare, we're first going to look at the 110 G2 and do 5 sorties for each aircraft and see what the total and average points are for each aircraft. In the background here is me flying the 109k4 and trying this out. This was about a month ago when I got the idea for this, but took a while to get the footage together and to edit it all together and do this commentary. It's taken me a couple weeks. But anyway, what is the strength of using the K4 over the 109, over the 110 G2? Well, the 109k4 has one key advantage. It's one of the fastest aircraft in the game. And that speed is what I want to take advantage of in this instance. If there's an issue, if you get bounced while doing ground attack in a 110, you're pretty much dead. Now there's some exceptions to that. If you overfly, if you outfly the guy who's bouncing you, or your gunner gets a lucky shot, which seems to happen quite a bit, then yeah, sure, maybe. Then yeah, sure, maybe you'll get away. But what I found was that whenever I got into trouble in the K4, I could just speed away. Now that one clip that just played was me crashing. Didn't realize that there were people on the runway. But yeah. So, right here's the first bit of the 110. And I'm just going to let it play and explain it later. So, enjoy the next 5 to 10 minutes of footage. And yeah, see you soon. So, that was the 110. 5 flights, and over the course of those 5 flights, we were able to get a total of 133 points. I know points aren't everything, but they're definitely a big portion of how IL2 maps are won, unless, yeah. And they're a good gauge on how well an aircraft performs in terms of survivability, uh, ordnance load, all of that stuff. It's a good representation of how well the aircraft performs. Making my point over and over again. But anyway, for the 110, we crashed once. It was that beginning thing. We died once, and we landed 3 times. So we had a survivability. We made it back to base 3 times and crashed once. Or twice, rather. So now let's look at the K4. So, one of the major issues that I found with using the K4 as a ground attacker was the fact that it likes to go into the ground. It has issues with compressibility. It doesn't really pull that many Gs, and just how fast it is makes it so it isn't really a good idea to dive from altitude and release at the last second. I figured this out quite quickly, but yeah, that was one of the big reasons why I decided against making this video. At the start, you saw how I was attacking the Ludendorff Bridge, and my K4 went right into the dirt because I released a little bit too late, and yeah, it wasn't fun. But anyway, on to the next portion of the video. Now, the 109 K4 comes equipped with the 30mm autocannon. So I decided I'd put this to work. This is the same sortie as the flight before, but in here we're attacking a train, and you can see just how much damage the K4's guns actually do to the train. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Come back around for another pass, but unfortunately you only get 30 rounds of that 30 mil. So and the 50s, they just don't do much against the train in IL2. I mean, in real life, there would definitely be damage, but nothing exploded, so, doesn't count. But anyway, this is another one of those times where you can see just how effective the K4 can be as a multi-role fighter. So one of the advantages of doing ground attack in a K4 is that, let's say you're escorting or you're flying with 2 110s, as I was here. If those 110s get into trouble, you can assist them quite easily, and you can see here I am able to take out the Spitfire in my K4. So on that mission, I did have to jettison my bomb, but I still have that 30mm autocannon. And so I saw a couple of tents with vehicles around them down near this city. I'm not sure which city it is. I would have to look at a map, and I don't have one of those handy right now. But anyway, enjoy this next segment. And here you can really see just how effective the K4 is at dealing with AAA. One shot with that 30mm and the AAA is just dead. It's also it's a lot more agile aircraft than the 110, so it can dodge AAA fire much easier. And it is also less prone to fire, so you're less likely to have your fuel tanks get set on fire by AAA. And also, being faster and more agile makes you harder to hit and easier to deal with AAA. And here you can see that we're attacking the Ludendorff Bridge like we did in the beginning of the video. See the 109 is, we're coming in from a lower altitude and trying to do more of a level, not as steep of a dive, more like a 30-degree dive, not a 90-degree dive. And I found that 30 degrees is about the sweet spot for the 109, and there you go, bombs away, and see the K4 roaring overhead. We're actually able to blow up the bridge on this one. And I don't quite see that 38 behind me until, well, it takes him a while to announce himself. He actually puts out a few rounds in the main I don't even notice because of all the AAA fire that's going up. I actually considered going back and attacking some of the AAA, but then I looked behind me and I saw that P-38, and I decided that it would be a better play just to stomp on the accelerator and go full emergency power. And I was able to outrun that P-38 even though he had bounced me. And that's one of the main advantages of the K4 is its speed. With that DB605 engine, you can outrun almost anything in the sky. Maybe a 51 can catch you, but if you have more energy than them, they're not going to catch you. It's a good aircraft, definitely is. But yeah, you can see it's just put it in auto level, and that's a thing that that you should do if you're trying to get away from another aircraft. Put it in auto level because you don't lose as much speed from making fine adjustments when you're adjusting your joystick. And there you can see he's breaking off and going somewhere else. So in this next portion, we're attacking some fortified troops. This was on the same map as before. So the K4 is good at a lot of things. But one of the things that's known for, and that most people use it for, is air-to-air. And you're going to see that here. just after I go bombs away on this target. And there we go. So up there in the distance, I see a P-38 really high at cloud levels, and I'm not really focusing on him until I see the shots from that P-38. And this guy does something really weird. He fires on me, then climbs away. He misses every shot. I put out some on him. And then he starts diving towards our fortified troops. Not too sure what he was thinking. Maybe he thought he got me with that first burst, or I don't know. But me taking pot shots like this should have clued him in on the fact that I'm still here and very much alive. But I guess he just wasn't thinking about that, and yeah. Unfortunately, with all the K4 speed, I'm not able to catch him before he goes bombs away. There was actually another aircraft there that I didn't see. The one trailing fuel there on the left. But you can see I'm just following this guy up, and he tries to evade me, but I hadn't taken much fuel for this. I was actually running very low on fuel at this time, for a multitude of reasons. The target that I was originally going to hit got bombed, and then my secondary target got bombed. So at this point I had been flying for about 35 minutes, and I was on very little fuel. But you can see there I was able to get some hits into him, and eventually I'm able to take him down. But here you can see just how effective the K4 can be as an air-to-air platform if you have a significant energy advantage on someone. And there goes pieces flying off of his aircraft. Oh, and one more thing. I'm just realizing this now as I edit the video. I forgot to include this data table, which I wanted to include in the video. So this shows that I did 5 flights with 3 aircraft. So I did 5 flights in the A8, I did 5 flights in the 109, and I did 5 flights in the 110. Not all of these flights will be shown for time reasons, but you can see that the A8 performed the worst, only getting a total of 61 points against 5 flights, averaging 12.2 points per mission, and we lost 2 aircraft. The 109, we only lost 1 aircraft, and that was due to pilot error, but we were able to land 4 consecutive times. The 110, we lost 2 aircraft again, and were able to land 3 times. But you can see the average points across each sortie were very, very different, with the A8 only having 12, the 110 having almost double, with 26, and then the 109 having 33.4 average points per sortie. I'm going to keep this chart up. I think I'm going to be flying German for this month, and the next video I'll have a chart like this going for another aircraft, which will be announced at some point, or which will become announced once the video goes up. But anyway, I've already extended this video enough, so I'll see you guys later.